Hello everyone, my name is Seema and welcome to this video. What are we discussing today? The topic for today's discussion is your kind and loving nature being considered as your weakness? Well, if you have walked in my shoes and are very loving and kind, you might have been in situations where people think that they can take advantage of you because they are sure that you will always do the right thing no matter what. You will never speak up, you will never hurt them, you will never be disrespectful because of your kind nature, that you will be so considerate that you will not offend them in any ways. And they're so sure of who you are and what you stand for and what your values are that they exploit it by crossing boundaries and tugging on the limits that you have imposed so they can test to see if you will continue to be kind and loving despite their bad actions. Well, you would think that it's very difficult when you start to see that people are bullying you and abusing you for your nice nature. And yet, out of respect for elders or love for the good that they've done in the past, you have chosen to remain quiet. And it's very hard because every time you forgive someone for their mistakes or for hurting you, you in turn have walked away from them one step further. And in due course of time, there's a lot of distance in the relationship, yet there's a pretense of the relationship just on your end till you hold that end in a relationship and the other party continues to hurt and cause trouble for you. Well, if you find yourself in this situation, then I would sincerely request that you at least say why you don't like the action of someone, and just don't be quiet about the bullying that goes on or the toxicity that you have to sustain from people. See, respect is to be given to people who deserve it, not to people just because they feel entitled to that, right? And if you want to give respect to other people, include yourself in that list too, because you need to have self-respect for yourself. And every time you let go of yourself to please another person, then you are hurting yourself and they are not getting pleased at all. They are just getting more obnoxious with time because they feel that they can do worse than what they have done before. So here's a story that you might have read in one of my books that are available on Amazon. I had mentioned about a story that I had heard from a spiritual leader, where they say that there was this area in a village where a serpent used to reside, and people were very afraid to go there because they were afraid of him because he could sting, he could bite and kill people in the process, right? So the serpent was very felt very lonely, and one time there was a saint who was passing by, and he asked that, I miss having people around me and I don't like it that they're so afraid of me. It's the image that they have, and they refuse to even go past this area. So the saint said to him that, listen, you shouldn't hurt anyone, you shouldn't bite anyone, let them play, let them do, don't hiss, don't do anything, and then you will have company. With those words, the spiritual guru left, and the serpent took upon himself to not say anything, to lie down there quietly and to let people come. So slowly, one child, two children, a few of the kids around started to play around him. And even if something hurt him, he wouldn't hiss, he wouldn't say anything, he wouldn't bite. And so, with time, all these children and even the elders got into the act of hitting the serpent with sticks and wounding him and having him bleed all over, to the point where the serpent had lost its strength to survive. And he was just being very nice, as the spiritual guru had told him. And he was almost losing his life in the process of being nice, which is what we most of us do. By people pleasing and by being nice, we hurt ourselves to a point where we lose the strength in ourselves to live. So, in a few days, the spiritual guru passed the same area again, and he asked this serpent what had happened. Why was he losing his life? Why was he completely in a distraught situation? And the serpent said, I listened to what you said. I don't, bite anyone. I don't hurt anyone, expecting others to do the same. But that is not what they're doing. They're hitting me, they're hurting me, they're causing so much harm to me, to the point that I'm almost about to lose my life. And the spiritual guru then said, being nice doesn't ensure that other people are nice to you in return. People who are nice to you are nice on the inside. They are good people. Only then they are nice to you. So you're lucky if a nice person comes in your life and is nice to you. Most people are selfish and cruel. And in order to defend yourself from that, you at least have to hiss. You don't have to bite, unless you're really put in a bad situation. But at least you can hiss. At least you can make people be afraid of who you are. They should have a little bit of fear, a little bit of distinction, where they cannot cross a certain boundary, otherwise you're going to harm them, right? So that basic sense of an individual should not be taken away in just trying to be kind and nice to people, right? So if this story makes sense to you, learn to at least speak up for your right, and learn to at least say what is right, what is wrong. And if people are willing to meet you midways, great. Otherwise, if they are not, if said what you want and they're not willing to budge from their mean selfish self, then the best thing is to leave them. Then these people are not adding any value to your life, no matter who it is. It can be your mother, father, brother, sister, cousin, anybody in the family who's hurting you. That means they're just using you. They are not there to help, support you, or respect you, or be of any value to you in your life. Or if all they're doing is taking away from you, then they're not adding anything good in your life, right? And you will realize once you move away that you start to get back your sanity, that you start to get back your self-respect, and you start to rebuild your life again without them. So they were not a blessing of any kind. They were actually causing so much pain for you. So let go of these people, speak up for yourself, and see if people are willing to change themselves. If not, then you're better off finding better people who will value you, respect you for who you are. And until then, be happy with yourself, build yourself, work on yourself, learn new things, and follow your passion, and just take it easy until something good happens. Live in joy, live in peace, and find your happiness where it lies, not with forcing anyone to change for you, or forcing or being in a situation which is abusive by just keeping your mouth shut and not speaking up for yourself, or not standing up for yourself, and telling people from what is right and what is wrong. See, we were recently in Hawaii, and we were at the volcanoes, and right. So if the Kilauea erupted on the Big Island, then you cannot say, "Oh wow, this is such a nice cold breeze." No, it is not. You say it's hot, it's dangerous, and it can hurt you if you stand there for too long. Run for your life. That is what you would say near a volcano. Because if you say, "Wow, this is cool, nice breeze, I can handle it. A few more days here and there, it'll be all right," then guess what? You'll be bearing the consequences of the problem. So that is why speaking up is important. That is why being authentic is important. That is why telling people where they're wrong is important. It is also on us, if we love somebody, to tell them where they're wrong, because hopefully they'll change in the process. Otherwise, if you love somebody and you don't tell them where they're wrong, then they'll continue making blunders. And you might be a nice person where you forgive them, but other people might not be that nice, and they can, end up with dire consequences in such a case. So if you really care about people around you and for yourself first, then speak up for yourself. Don't be nice and kind, and tolerate things, because people take this as a weakness, not as a strength, or as a, how hard it is for you to bear that, all the hardships that these people, toxic family members, put you through. So hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching.